Okay, welcome to part 2 of the homeschool room tour. This is the room that's kind of right across the hall from the homeschool room, and this is what we call the library. It is also our playroom. So we move bedrooms around and we've put the kids in some different rooms, and so now these rooms have been turned into the homeschool room and the library. So I have some built-ins that are kind of behind the door. And I have a lot of the kids just extra fun reading that they keep in here. These are things that they read in their free time, in their reading time. They're not necessarily school books. And then at the top, I have a lot of my husband's textbooks and things from work since he is a university professor. I needed to get those kind of out of our room because it was being overrun with books. So on this bookshelf, I have a lot of our history books, and they are organized by time period. So at the top I have ancients, then I've got kind of the medieval Renaissance, and then I've got the early American and more modern times on that shelf. And at the bottom I have several series like the Boxcar Children and Nancy Drew, just any series where we had a lot of books in that series. And then over here we'll move the baby gate. This is real life homeschooling. We have to sometimes gate people in and out of this room. This is the other side of the room. I've got lots of books on this side. These are by grade level. So at the top I've got kind of our preschool books, a lot of picture books and read alouds, and then it just progresses on through. These are the books that my kids read for certain grades or books that I read aloud to them. And it goes all the way over here. These are some books for my older kids. And then on the far side I have some more history books. And then I've got some tubs of toys and playthings because this room also doubles as our playroom. So you can kind of see how the kids have been playing in here today. They've been reading. You can see all the books that are all over the floor. And I've got a train table here, and we keep a lot of Legos, and they like to build Legos on this train table. And then I've got some baby toys for the little one. Over here there's her little table, and then in the closet I actually have more things. I've got their play kitchen. You can see their little stroller, and then there's several tubs that are full of Legos and other toys that they keep in here. And then I have some extra toys if we ever want to trade out toys. I have some up at the top of the closet. And then I have another bookshelf in here. There's one at the very top, and that has curriculum that we're not currently using this year. And then here I've got tons and tons of curriculum in this bookshelf. So you can see I definitely have a curriculum problem because there are all the things that we are not using this year. So I have an extra shelf hiding in this closet for things that we're not currently using. And I keep everything in here. Also extra books that haven't been added into a certain grade level, books that we haven't read aloud yet that will go into our rotation are down at the bottom. So that's a little tour of the other part of our schoolroom. Instead of having one giant schoolroom, we broke our room into 2 different rooms. So now I have a homeschool room, and then right across the hall I have our library and playroom. And it's great because the little ones can play in here while the older ones are reading, and the older ones can keep an eye on them while they're in here looking through their books. And then I can keep all of my books where I can get to them. A lot of them were stored in these tubs because we didn't have enough bookshelves, and it was really hard to get to all of our school books. So this has been a really great alternative that we just started doing this school year. So there's kind of both sides of our new little library and playroom, part 2 of our homeschool room.